This is Bloomberg Markets. I'm Bonnie Quinn. A Bloomberg exclusive now. Saudi Arabia's energy minister spoke with us at the first Gulf Intelligence Saudi Arabia Energy Forum. He discussed whether the markets still need more than 1 million barrels of oil cuts.
The 1.2 million was based on certain other countries keeping their October level production. So I think we have to watch them. And you know who I'm talking about. Venezuela is
Yes.
Still to need to find out what happens. Sanctions that the U.S. Has waived in November will be up for reconsideration by the administration. All of these factors will impact the fundamentals. Ultimately, the 1.2 was a balancing, assuming certain things from demand and supply, U.S. production. The longer we wait and the closer we are to June, the more informed our decision is, and that's why we thought the April was premature. Certainly there was a desire by some not to make a decision in April, and we acknowledge that this will probably be gun jumping, so to speak, for deciding what July is going to look like. So I think we'll meet here in the Kingdom in May. It's only a few weeks away. That will be close enough to June, and I invite you to come back, and hopefully we'll be more clear on where we need to go.
Part of an exclusive interview there with Saudi Energy Minister Khalid Al Falih. Let's get more on oil now. We've seen a big spike in the last hour or so. Chris Gersch of Bell Curve Capital joins from the CME for Futures in Focus. We're up towards $64 a barrel for WTI, Chris, and we had a 1.7% spike there just before 10 a.m. What is this down to? Production cuts, Libya troubles, what else?
Vonnie, a lot of people have come on and say it's Libya. Obviously, the demand is really the story, I think. We got tailwinds. We have a weaker U.S. dollar. We've got supply constraints as far as production and shipping in the Gulf. But the big thing is that technical level. We closed above that 63 handle, and all of a sudden it came back and tested it this morning, and we've been rallying it ever since this morning.
Now, Chris, would you make a directional bet here on futures, or would you, wait until you see a little bit of resolution to Libya or something else?
We're actually taking a bullish stance. The fact that we broke above 63.50 the way that we did, that was key resistance back in August and November of 2018. Now we're setting in a new range. I don't believe that there's any really offers or any resistance until the 66 handle.
And Chris, finally then, where does the dollar index go? Are you keeping an eye on it down at the CME, given the movement we're seeing today in euro and sterling?
Absolutely. I think ultimately that 97 handle is something that we've been able to hold for the last month or so. If we dip below that and reach around 96.30, I think ultimately, the loss in the dollar is the oil's gain. So we're looking for a pullback in the dollar and the oil to continue higher towards 66.
Chris Gersch, busy week down at the CME. Thank you for joining us. That is Chris Gersch of Bell Curve Capital.